for some months now, I have been experiencing the transit of Uranus squaring my sun. And this energy, I've been experiencing some mixed feelings about this. When it first started, I didn't really understand where the square was. I was just kind of feeling restless, like a usual energy of someone who's 26 and wants to kind of come into their own and discover themselves. And self-discovery has been a big theme of this year for me. Many things have been aspecting my sun, not just Uranus, but Chiron has been trining it, and Saturn has been trining it, and it's just so many things aspecting my sun. Pluto has been coming towards opposing it, like a few degrees. So I've been experiencing a lot of transformations, inward transformations, but also I think Uranus, what it's doing is trying to bring that energy outward a little bit more, get me out of my comfort zone, get me out, connecting with other artists, finding out who I am. And what I noticed with this transit is that before it happened, before it came towards my sun, Uranus, I was experiencing feelings of self-doubt and just negativity overall, and not, interacting much with the outside world. But as this transit started to emerge, and Pluto also helped with this too, and on the opposition with my sun, I started to feel more of a drive, an unconscious drive to want to get stuff done and get it done fast, and just connect with other people in this process as well. And I'm used to, I guess, connecting with other people anyways, because I have a Jupiter in the 7th house and a Moon in the 7th house in Taurus. So connecting with other people isn't really a big problem for me. I'm a very social person. But Uranus, I was wondering when this first kind of emerged, as I was noticing that this transit was coming for me, I didn't really feel much of a challenge. I was kind of wondering, where is my challenge? Like, where is this challenge that people people keep saying, oh, this transit is very challenging, and this transit is very big. And I was kind of like wondering, how is this transit so big? What's the problem? And as it started to kind of, for a few months, as I started to feel it more, and as my other transits started to kind of emerge as well, I started to notice that for a long time, for many years now, I have been disassociating due to, I believe, what I believe to be 3rd house Neptune struggles. The 3rd house Neptune is basically like, Neptune is in the house of the mind, and I wouldn't say that Neptune is like, logical in any kind of way. Not at all. Neptune is kind of a heavy planet. It has nothing to do. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. It's Mercury on steroids, basically. And what I've experienced from this Uranus transit is like an amplifying feeling placed on my 3rd house Neptune. I already had the transit of Uranus actually squaring my Neptune, and now it's on my sun, and my Neptune opposes my sun. So this has brought about like a kind of spiritual theme to it, since my sun is in the 9th house. The people I come across are challenging my belief system, which was probably based off of my 3rd house Neptune, and this is some long-term stuff here. This is a very heavy planet we've got here in my 3rd house, and this stems from all the way into my childhood. these beliefs, this belief system, and I would say the belief system is also tied to my Saturn and Uranus in the second house. That has a lot to do with beliefs. So the people I come across, and even, you know, I'm finding that Uranus is asking the question of is this your reality, or is this your perception? Is what you are experiencing reality, or is that just your personal thought? Because my personal thought process, my Cancer Sun, is being challenged. My ego, you know, is being challenged by this higher realm. With Uranus, you know, the higher octave of Mercury is trying to get me to go above and beyond my what I've thought to be true throughout my life. So yeah, I would say that this is challenging for me. It is very frazzling to some degree for my fixed energy with my Scorpio ascendant and Taurus moon and Taurus Jupiter. I'm kind of like, where is the stability here? I don't really understand what's going on. But I wouldn't say that it's a negative thing, because I'm meeting some very interesting people throughout this, and Uranus, you know, of course, brings surprises and brings unusual experiences, and I honestly have to say that I like unusual experiences, and I like unusual people, so I kind of like this in a funny way. I do. I enjoy the excitement. It's bringing a lot of inspiration. The random thoughts are just coming out creatively every day, and it seems unavoidable that I just meet the most wild and interesting people throughout my day. My daily, you know, because the third house is our daily life, our thinking, our short distance travel, and as opposed to long distance travel, which would be found in the ninth house. So it's kind of like everywhere that I go, there's something interesting going on, and there's something to be learned from every experience that I'm going through. So I honestly have to say, this is a beautiful gift, this transit. It's really breaking me out of my comfort zone, helping me to find new ideas of ways in which I could find some kind of success from you know, my sun. I guess the sun kind of wants, the ego, you know, really wants that power, that experience of being in control. But Uranus is obviously challenging something that I have experienced for years and years and years of long repressed, you know, emotions, and I have to get out of my box now. You know, I have to let go of these fears and these you know, unconscious desires. They have to be kind of put out on the forefront, and that in turn aids my art, my artistic abilities as well. And really getting into the art world requires me to, I guess, let go of certain parts of the past that were, you know, negative belief systems from my third house Neptune, which I mentioned in the last video, as I said before. So this, you know, I didn't realize, sometimes, you know, these transits, these higher transits that you experience from the outers, you don't really notice them until they kind of sneak up on you, their influences, and it really honestly depends what house it's transiting, this outer. So the outer influences, you know, they're unpredictable, really. I mean, I'm sure Uranus is, I've heard this expression before, punching holes in whatever it's digging out, you know. It's punching holes in things as you speak. Things fall apart as you go on, you know. But I guess I'm used to it because I have Uranus square my Mars, so it's nothing unusual to me. I've been dealing with Uranus in Aries for a while. It's been in Aries since 2010, I believe. I think it was 2010 that Uranus, officially went into Aries. And even then, I started to feel that fiery, rebellious feeling. Just a rebellious feeling, and just with amplified energy, because Uranus is in Aries, and that's ruled by Mars, and Mars gets stuff done. Mars wants to do. Mars wants to act. So anyway, this experience is quite interesting, and as this continues, I will definitely update you on the experience I'm having with Uranus and Aries, squaring my Cancer Sun. Very interesting.